Hello, and welcome back to the Emotionless Podcast. My name is Logan, and as always, I will be your host. Today's episode is entitled My Gay Awakening. And this is the story about how I figured out I was gay. Now, I have talked with my parents about this, and they said they knew from a very young age, probably much younger than I ever figured it out, because I loved wearing dresses when I was younger. I loved wearing heels. I loved playing make-believe. I was never really into what everyone else was into. I was never really into, trucks and big monster things and wrestling and fighting. I mean, we definitely wrestled and fight, me and my brothers, but I was always into cleaning and organizing and folding things and, creating little stores, playing school, who wants to play school? School sucks. Especially if you went to the college I went to. And so for years and years and years, I don't think I really ever realized anything. But the first time I think I really realized something was in 2011. And that is when I went to a new elementary school in my current state, New Hampshire. There was this kid. I'm such a fucking liar. It was 2012 and it was middle school. I am a horrendous liar. There was this kid. I saw him the first time I saw him. He was walking into Mr. Rule's science class. We'll call him Bieber Boy, because he had hair like Bieber. So Bieber Boy is walking into the class, and oh my god, I can still tell you, the features, the silky perfect hair, the fat juicy lips, the perfect hazel eyes. Oh no, they were blue because he was a blue-eyed, blonde-haired boy. Ugh, god. That's my weakness, blue-haired, blonde-eyed boys. Ugh. He had he was also 12, so this is kind of creepy to talk about, but I was 12, so it's fine. He had just everything about him was perfect. He had a beautiful jawline. Oh, he was so sweet. His voice was so caring. He was also a dick. But that's a trait of being a straight boy, is you're a dick most of the time. Not all of you. Some of you are sweet. A lot of you are assholes. A lot of you are sweet too, though. I'll give you that. Oh my god, he was the best. And he had this little friend, we'll call him Turtle. I don't know why. Turtle feels like it fits. So, Bieber Boy and Turtle always sat next to each other. Turtle had more like a buzz cut, but it was kind of long in the front. Turtle Boy had a beautiful jawline. Oh, the freckles. Don't even... he had not black eyes, but dark brown eyes. He had freckles. He had this cute little nose. Both of them were skinny as twigs, and I was a fat marble. And I would sit a couple desks away from them, and I always remember just staring at them, actually just mesmerized by them, for some reason. And I could never really process why I was so mesmerized. I could never really process why I was feeling these feelings. All I was is, that is attractive. I am attracted to that. And that was always kind of... But at the time, I didn't know that was called being gay. I didn't know that was being attracted to boys. I had never seen a girl that I thought was pretty. So, to me, that was always normal. That was always the default. I've never been with a girl... Well, I dated, air quotes, a girl in... Why am I saying girl? She's a girl. I know she's a girl. I dated a girl in elementary school. Ugh, that's a story I hope I'll never get into. Anyways, so Bieber Boy and Turtle always sat next to each other, and oh my god, They were your typical sixth graders, wrestling, giving each other noogies, pushing and shoving each other in the hallways, being fucking obnoxious. Um, and I remember I remember everything about it so vividly, and I think it's because it was such a big monumental experience in my life that I never really have opened up about and talked about in therapy, but that's because there's so much other fucking shit going on. And I remember everything about it, and for years and years I had such a crush on them. Into seventh grade I had a crush onto them, and all the way through eighth grade, because in my high school or in my middle school there was two different teams. There was Team Voyager, which I was on, and Team Navigator, which other freaks were on. I'm kidding, nobody's a freak. And if you were on Team Voyager, you had X, Y, Z, and W as your teachers, and if you were on Navigator, you had W, X, Y, and Z as your teachers. We still all had lunch together. Some of us would have gym together, but like we didn't have our main classes together. Although there was the two social studies teachers who we combined for a couple of different units, like the Black Death. Anyways, back into my gay awakening. So I remember, just thinking a lot about these boys, and then I got taken to a treatment center, and, well, how much time am I into this episode? Am I only 5 minutes in? Are you kidding me? Oh, I am. I guess we can talk about more boys then. So I went to a wilderness therapy program. We'll get into that in another episode. And there, I was in an all boys group, because they're worried we're gonna have sex. I don't know. Um, Most of us were like 13 and 14, so I don't know why they were so worried about that, because I don't think that's a very normal thing at that age. I think that's more normal at 15, 16, 17, 18, and on. Um, and mostly 16, 17, and 18. So I had a couple of group mates. I had Mitch, who, oh, he was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy, and the things I would have let him do to me are not appropriate. Um, let's see, what other, oh, there was this boy named Gavin that came about a month before I left. He's actually older than me. He's probably about 21, 22 now. Um, and he looked very similar to Turtle. And he was very skinny. He had abs at 14, which didn't really make sense to me, but to each your own, I guess. Good for you. I mean, I've seen an 8-year-old with abs though, so I can't really say anything. That, like whole Hercules kid. Um, I remember having my very first, actually, I'll get into that in another episode. I remember everything about being in that program, mostly because it was super traumatic. But I remember like seeing all these boys and just still not fully processing how I felt about it. I don't think I really processed until I went to the ranch, which is another treatment center I went to, how I felt about everything. But, I remember just being mesmerized by them. Everything about a boy was just so cool. Their biceps, their triceps, their abs, their pecs, the way they run, the way their hair bounces. It's the same way a boy is attracted to a girl. It's just, you can't really describe it because you don't know what you're feeling, but you know what you're feeling at the same time. You feel in love, and it's a special feeling that I experience on a daily basis that fucking haunts me. I experience true and honest admiration and love for these boys. And they'll always have a special place in my heart because they were the ones who made me realize who I am, realize my destiny and path in life, and realize how fucking lonely I'm going to be for the rest of my existence. So, also, on that same token, fuck you. Because you have ruined everything. No, it's my own fault. But, it's such a incredible feeling to think about and remember everything about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our podcast. If you like what you've seen here, head over to Instagram where you can get the first updates about new episodes being posted. Emotionless.podcast on Instagram or emotions_podcast on Twitter. If you have a story that you want me to talk about, head over to emotionless.podcast@gmail.com and send us an email with your story and your name and whether or not you want us to tell us your name. We're happy to keep it confidential. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.